1 year ago, we hit record with absolutely no idea what we were doing.
And today, we've really committed to that strategy.
Okay, so consistency is key.
That's not what people mean when they say that.
Yeah, but somehow here we are 1 year later.
Yep. 52 episodes, incredible guests.
And at least 100 times that we said, it depends.
That's probably a low estimate.
Well, Kathy, can you believe that we have survived 1 whole year of podcasting? I mean, we're still friends, right?
Yeah, barely. I mean, I'm still recovering from episode 7 when you tried to reenact a 1920s adjustment on air.
Yeah, well, it was historically accurate, but yeah, we're celebrating a year of laughs, face palms, and definitely not OSHA approved podcast experiments.
True.
So over the last year, we've covered a lot: ACLs, shoulders, strength training.
And built something we're actually really proud of.
Yeah, so today, let's look back at some of our best episodes, best moments.
And the times we accidentally said something smart.
Okay, it happens more than you think.
Okay, let's not get carried away.
This is The Pitch. What happens when a chiropractor and a physical therapist get together to make a health and wellness podcast?
But chiropractors and physical therapists don't like each other.
Oh, think again.
I'm Dr. Kathy Lynch, physical therapist who likes to help people move and get stronger.
I'm Dr. Jason Young, an evidence-based chiropractor who uses humor just as much as adjustments to help people get better.
Welcome to the Pitch Podcast.
Remember, there's no I in pitch.
Garnishment?
Woohoo! Okay, we're back. I'm Dr. Jason Young.
And I'm Dr. Kathy Lynch.
Okay, still 1 year later, neither of us have lost our credentials.
Thank goodness.
Well, happy birthday, Kathy.
Yeah, this is great.
I think this is a really big deal.
This is. We made it.
Yeah. Do you want to know that most podcasts don't make it this far?
Wow, really?
Shall I share the statistics with you?
Please.
Okay, so 90% of podcasts, these are statistics I've made up, by the way. Yeah, no. But no, these are real. 90% of podcasts don't survive 3 episodes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
Why?
And, well, because they suck. And look at us, right? Bucking the odds.
52.
Yeah. So, and there's been about 4.6 million podcasts that have ever been created.
Wow.
15% of those are health and wellness based. And look at us, like here we are.
Still crushing it.
We will not go away, despite the demands that we have received via email, snail mail, certified mail, subpoenas, all of it.
Yeah,
Here we are.
Luckily, people don't know the address where we record.
Yes. Yeah. Titan Podcasting Studio. If you want to forward any correspondence to us, that's the place to do it. Let's see. There was one other little statistic I found. So the 90% don't get past 3 episodes, and another 90% of those don't ever reach episode 20.
20.
Yes.
We were just getting started at 20.
Yeah, well, 20 is, I think, when we made our first $1 million off of the podcast.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Wait.
That's maybe a different podcast.
Do you have the wrong bank account for me? Because I haven't quite got that.
Yeah, moving on.
Oh.
No. So, and then after that, only about 6% of podcasts reach episode 100. Wow. So that's our next big milestone. So, yeah, 52 is a great start. I still feel like we have lots of stuff to talk about and lots of ground to cover.
So much more fun to be had.
I think so. And I want to thank you because this has legit been one of the best experiences of my life, is making this podcast. And it's made me think a lot and grow a lot, research a lot. And so, yeah, good idea. Good idea, Kathy.
Well, I want to thank you too, because this is a lot of times the most fun part of my day.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do this more days.
We should do it more, like every day.
Yeah, every day.
Can we do this full time?
Every day is podcast day. I do, like, on the days when we're going to get up and record, I wake up and that's the thought that goes through my head. It's podcast day. Yes. So.
Yes. It makes me a better PT.
Does it?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, because I feel like I have to be able to explain my thoughts and why I treat people. Not why I treat people, but why.
Here's why I'm treating
why,
you. Yeah.
This is why. Why I use the interventions I use.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can, I'm almost 11 years into being a PT, and you kind of go on autopilot, and you don't you know why you're doing the things you're doing, but you
Mhm.
haven't articulated it out loud. And so you almost have to, by doing this, I'm like reminding myself, these are the principles and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's true, and I think I've seen that too, because well, I know that there's been things that I've added to my practice
Mm-hmm.
because of this show.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Like it's great to talk to some of our guests. I learn a lot of things from you, where it's like, oh shoot, I should be incorporating this more into my practice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that also when you put out some of your beliefs and practice philosophy out publicly like that, now there's more pressure to
Yeah.
actually live it.
You got to live up to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think it's a real privilege that way to be able to. Uh, I mean, I'm not just talking about the chairs. This is uncomfortable, right? It's fun, but it's
Yes.
also
It
uncomfortable.
can be.
These chairs are
Yeah.
uncomfortable. No,
Scott.
but things that are uncomfortable, they push you to be better,
Mhm.
and so I've really, really loved the growth that I've
Mhm.
felt. It's a good creative outlet for
Yeah.
me, and I think I've mentioned this several times that Mandy loves it because it's a creative outlet that actually has anything to do with my job. So it's keeping me from dressing up like Santa
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah,
For 8
and
weeks.
singing. Yes,
Yes. Okay.
right,
Yeah,
yes,
this
and
takes
so
much less time
yeah,
than
totally,
that.
totally. And so very rewarding. And
Yes.
also, I think that one of the things I've really liked about it is hearing feedback from people when we've said some things that have like changed their health, changed
Mhm.
their life,
Mhm.
given them some encouragement, and that's really rewarding too.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Yeah, I've learned a bunch. I think we're gonna talk about that
we are,
in this episode. But
we
yeah,
are.
I've learned over the last year just having the different people in
Hmm.
with us. I've really, like you said, grown. I think as a provider.
Yeah, I think we said enough.
Okay.
Remember, there's no I am pitch. No, I'm just kidding. But there's still no I am pitch, and
There's
there's not
still
going to be an I am
no,
pitch next
no,
year. Yeah, we're not bringing on like an internal medicine doctor.
no,
Sorry.
no, no. LMT was like
Yeah,
really pushing
that
hard.
was very difficult to pronounce whenever she was trying to talk her way onto the show. The Pleminch. Yeah, I feel like it's hard to say that without accidentally throwing out some swear. Although I don't even know what the swear word would be. Um, so you want to kind of break down the format for what we're doing today?
Well, we're just each of us have chosen 5 of our favorite either moments or episodes that we're
Hmm.
gonna talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we have some that overlap. Maybe
Mhm,
we don't.
mhm.
Maybe there's not 10 between us.
We haven't discussed this. This is a surprise to each of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and it was kind of fun because I was going back and I was looking at
Mhm.
our catalog of episodes. And also, in this day of artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
I fed all of our transcripts into.
Mm,
I have a library. I have a
mm.
Pitch Podcast library, so I can go search for anything. I know where it pops up
Oh,
and which
wow.
episode and everything. And so, it's like amazing the amount of ground that we've covered. It's
Oh,
so surprising to me.
it really is.
Yeah. So it's like it's over 52 hours
Mhm.
of content that we've recorded. If you put this into a book, I like audiobooks, but I would never read a 52-hour
No,
audiobook.
never.
So I wonder how many people we have that have listened to every single episode.
Yeah, we know a couple.
Yeah.
I know one for sure.
Yeah. So are you talking
2, I
Coach
think
Dan?
2. Coach Dan
Coach Dan,
and
shout out.
Amy.
Yeah,
Amy
Amy's
listens
listened to all of them.
religiously.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we have some amazing people out there who thank you for the support. Like
Yeah.
the people who I think it means a lot when people are like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast." It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'll go ahead and do it another week.
Here it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and for just so you know, Ultra, I got questions about Ultra
we have
shoes.
sold a lot of Ultra shoes,
Yes.
whether they know it or
Whether
not.
they know it or not.
Yes.
Keep getting questions about Ultras
Mhm.
because they listen to the podcast.
Totally. Yes. And so I am reaching out to them to see if they would like to sponsor. So yes, we do love you, Ultra.
I do.
And then based on your next move, we'll decide how much I'm just
No.
kidding. All right. Well, is it all right if I go first?
Yeah, please
Okay.
start.
So I don't Well, I should have pulled up my notes in front of me before we started doing this, but I know what my first one is actually. And we have, like, looking back at all this, some of the early episodes, I got to find a way to promote them because we did some really good work in the
Yeah.
beginning
Yeah.
and nobody's seen it
Mhm.
because it was really, gosh, it was probably around our 25th, 26th episode where we started consistently getting a lot of views. And
Mhm.
so, like now on average, we'll get a few thousand views on YouTube, and we'll get like a couple hundred views on Spotify, as
Mhm.
far as I know. And you Spotify people are hardcore. I love you. Um, but we did a show that only had 54 views
Mm.
on YouTube,
Mhm.
and I think it deserves so many more.
Yeah.
But that was the episode where we talked about what it means to be evidence based.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think that there's plenty of dogma out
Mhm.
there in the world of healthcare, especially with physical medicine. And I think that we were talking about this really in the context of chiropractors because, there's people who are like, you guys aren't evidence. So, but it happens in PT too, right?
Yes.
And so, everybody go back and listen to, geez, what was that episode? Goodness, I have it written down. I should look at the notes.
Yeah.
But that episode that we talked about evidence-based medicine, I think that that one was really good, and it shares a lot of things that people should know whenever they're evaluating
That's right.
evidence in a world full of influencers.
Mhm.
So, um, yeah, I really like that one, and that one actually was a springboard to things that I would do later on, like some series that I do on social media. So that one, the research for it really helped me to, like you were talking about, kind of hone in and fine tune what it is that I do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That was my first one.
Okay, and these are
Episode whatever it was on evidence-based practice. Why don't you go and I'm gonna look up.
Okay.
I'm gonna get the facts,
Okay.
straight facts on where we are with that. So,
Okay, so one of my favorite episodes, these are not ranked in order, but
mhm.
one of my favorite ones was with Chris Quacka.
Yes.
Um, and he is he works with Benton County
Yes, Benny County Foundation.
Foundation,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, and so what we learned from Chris is that giving actually makes you healthier.
Yes.
And he threw out some stats I wanted to repeat again
Mhm.
because um, uh, it was kind of mind blowing to me that helping I'm going to read this off. Helping others lowers stress, which in turn reduces mortality risk. A 5-year study indicated that individuals who volunteered regularly experience a 63% lower mortality rate. That's incredible.
Yeah, you wanna live longer? You
Yeah,
just gotta give a little
give
more.
a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's one of the other. So I did some research afterwards. I want to make sure he wasn't lying. I'm kidding. But regular volunteering or charitable giving is
Mhm.
linked to lower blood pressure and reduced risk of chronic heart disease.
Which is nuts. Like,
Yeah.
how would those be related? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mental well-being, generosity reduces feelings of depression, increases happiness, and boosts life satisfaction. So if you're feeling depressed, just get out there and help.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's one of those real like chicken and egg things,
Yeah,
right? Is it like the type of person who would be giving is the type of person who's gonna care about other things
right.
with their life and in their health, or is it the active giving that boosts it? And I don't think it matters.
Hmm.
Just be the type of person that gives, and you'll probably get those benefits.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're dead anyway, and you can't call us on it.
Oh, and the last part, what I saw in my research, was it's called the helper's high. So
Mhm.
neurochemical responses to altruism include activation of the brain's mesolimbic system, which is the reward center that controls feelings of pleasure, providing a similar high to that of social connection.
Hmm.
Because when you are out there volunteering, you are creating social connections.
Yeah, totally.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that's why that was one of my favorite episodes. I learned a lot in that episode.
And I actually thought about that episode. This week I did It was the mock interviews with
Oh,
the high school kids.
nice. Yeah.
And so you get high school students who, they're juniors, seniors, and they get an opportunity to sit down with like some business people in the community. You go through a mock interview. We ask them a few questions, and it was really, really interesting to see like just how well prepared some of these kids are with like a lot of different experiences and jobs and things like that. And then also to come across some who maybe didn't have some of those things, and it's like the resume is a little empty,
Mhm.
and so it actually even felt good to sit down and talk about those or talk with those kids, and they're like, "Well, I don't know how to get experience. I've never had a job. Blah
Mhm.
blah 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 blah." And it's like join a club,
Mhm.
right? Join some sort of a team, volunteer,
Volunteer is
right?
big. Yeah.
And if you don't know about an organization that you can volunteer with, you don't need an organization. Like go find somebody in your neighborhood. Find out if you can walk their dog, if you can
Mhm.
mow their lawn. Like if you're out there serving, it just vastly opens your opportunities. Like one kid, I was like, with your resume right now, you can get a job at Burger King.
Mhm.
And that's probably about it. Not,
Mhm.
not to knock on anybody
Right.
who's working at Burger
No.
King, but it's like there just aren't a lot of special skills that you need to do a job like that. And so uh, but if you want to work with animals, right? You want to do research, you got to open and broaden your horizons. And volunteering and giving is
Mhm.
a really great way to get there.
Yeah,
So,
can really open some doors for young people.
and apparently those young people are going to live forever, right? Thanks, Chris.
That was yeah,
Yeah.
that's one of my favorites. What's your next favorite?
Okay. So first of all, I went back and I looked it up, and that was episode 10 was the one
Okay.
that I was talking
Okay.
about evidence-based medicine.
Okay.
Let me I'm gonna go to one of the craziest moments. I'm sure that you'll remember this. We had an episode. This is like one of our first episodes that really kind of blew up and got big, and it actually got big overseas in the
Oh, right.
UK.
Yes.
There was somebody out there who kind of saw the video and then started sharing it with their clients. And
That's
so we
right.
started getting responses from them. That was the episode number 24,
Mhm.
Does biodynamic cranial sacral therapy work? And we had Keenan on, who we
Yes.
love Keenan. And shout out to Keenan,
Yeah.
who they just had a baby.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
just
that's
had
really
babies, so
exciting.
yeah.
So the good old Keenan Bloom family is growing.
Mhm.
But that was a really great episode. We got
Mhm.
so many really good responses. I know that Keenan has seen a lot of people based on that, and I've heard feedback from people that it was just great. So thank you, Keenan. Now, the thing that you said that really weirded us out, do you remember what it was,
I
Kathy?
have no idea.
Oh gosh, it was about the urine.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah, the urine.
I will never
That's
forget
right,
that,
that's
right?
right, that's right.
And so he talked about how, there's some people that use urine to soften their skin.
Yes,
And
yes, yes,
I just
yes.
remember as he was sitting there saying, I was thinking, man, this is such a wonderful episode. And it's like such a great exposure to people of something that's maybe kind of a little bit of a fringe topic, but we brought somebody who's so credible and speaks so well about it. And did you just say urine?
Is that what I just heard?
Yeah, did you just say pee pee on your hands and they'll be softer? So yeah, that was great. And it's so funny too, because when people talk about that episode, my first question is, did you make it all the way through? Because that happened just right towards the end of
Yeah.
the episode. And it was funny. So for people who are wondering, Keenan does not pee on his hands.
No, he
all right?
doesn't.
He might have experimented a little.
Yes, he doesn't do it at work.
Not at work, never at work. No, but that I didn't see that one
Forgot
coming.
about
I
that.
never would have expected. But yeah, that's going to be a core memory of our first year podcasting.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
got a lot of good feedback on that one too. I think it was people just like I've always struggled to understand what's exactly happening,
Mhm.
and listening to that podcast helped people understand what cranial sacral therapy is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totes.
yeah, it was good.
So, all right, Kathy, your turn.
All right. Okay, next, Kyle Hatch. His episode
Oh,
was real
yes.
early on.
Yes.
Within the first 5, I think.
Yeah, I think, let me see here. Kyle. This is a very I felt like it was a really important episode.
Yeah.
One of our early guests, Kyle, was episode 9.
9.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was
Hmm.
okay. So, to refresh memory, Kyle works for Samaritan Health Services, which is a local hospital system here in Corvallis. And what he does is his job basically is to help veterans of the military use their benefits.
Hmm.
And he gave us some crazy stat like 54% of veterans don't use their benefits because A, they don't know how to, or
Yeah.
B, they don't think that they're worthy of getting them because they
Yeah.
didn't serve in combat,
Yeah.
as if that was a factor
Yeah.
too. And then the one story he told us about how he helped a veteran who the VA had kind of been playing fast and loose with him, and didn't wasn't paying him benefits, and so Kyle helped him get 100% of back pay, which came out to be about
Oh, yes.
$300,000.
That's
Yes.
right. Which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they just don't, the system for the veterans is just so hard to
Hmm.
navigate. It's so confusing, and trying to make a phone call, you got to call at this certain time. At this time you're going to be on hold for 2 hours. If you call at this time and this date, you're going to be able to get to the right person. So the
Hmm.
system is really hard, and so Kyle helps the veterans navigate that. And so
Totally.
that's one of my favorite episodes.
Well, and I think one of the things that I got out of that episode, I kind of had an epiphany as we were sitting and talking about it, and just how convoluted that system can be. And there was a moment though where I kind of had some compassion for the people who work in the system and
Sure.
for the
Yeah.
system, because I don't think that they choose for it to be that way.
No.
But there's so many pressures and outside forces, because I mean, the VA stuff is highly, highly politicized.
Yes.
And when you look at Congress, it's always political fodder, and everybody wants to pretend like, oh, we love our veterans. And it's like, but it doesn't show up that way
Mhm.
on the other end. And I see those people, they're busting their butts to try to service veterans and do it in a good way. But the bureaucracy,
Yeah.
the bureaucracy is
Yeah,
frustrating.
it's like they're handcuffed.
It is, yeah. But I love working with veterans, and I
Mhm.
love the work that Kyle continues to do. I actually just last week had a veteran reach out for a letter about their
Mm.
condition. They're trying
Mhm.
to update their disability rating,
Mhm.
and he said, "Yeah, Kyle said to call you." And it's like, so I know my man
Done.
Kyle's out there still
Yes.
doing good work. And when Kyle sends somebody, I know I better like get to it right away. It's like, because the guy's a bulldog, and
Yeah.
he does some good work for people.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kyle.
Yeah.
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 And thank you, veterans. We
Yeah,
love you
really.
guys
We really do.
and gals.
Mhm.
So sweet. Okay. Let's see. Is it me again?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Let me pretend like I've listened to more than like 2 or 3 of these. Okay. I wrote down this one. The episode that I had the most fun prepping for was episode number 4. Remember
Mm,
what we did?
no.
That was burpees.
Oh god.
Yeah. So a lot of times when we're talking from a fairly robust knowledge base, right?
Mhm.
We're talking about things that we talk about every
Yeah.
day with patients. And so, I mean, we could sit here and just kind of riff on things all the
Right.
time. The burpee episode
Yeah.
required a little bit of preparation. And so that was, I think, our first chance to really kind of deep dive a
Mhm.
topic and figure out what the heck is
Yeah.
this, and so that's where we talked about royal burpee,
Royalty burpee.
good old royal. and it really it was something where I think the common ground as a chiropractor and a physical therapist that we came to this pitch podcast project with was that burpees are awful. And that was pretty much
That's the end of it.
what we based
Period.
everything on. Yeah.
No
We talked
notes.
about it in our very first episode that, burpees suck. We know. And at some point we're going to bag on them. But kind of digging into that, what I learned was that burpees are just misunderstood, right? They weren't meant to be a way for CrossFit trainers
No,
to destroy the confidence and and
no.
souls
Yes.
of those who are doing them.
Mhm.
It's not a punishment as it
It
was
is
as it
as it
was
was
used with you.
originally, yeah. It was a
Yeah.
physical fitness test.
Yes, absolutely. And uh, so it was really kind of cool to go through and research that. I thought that that was fun prepping for that, and I was like, "Geez, if we do this podcasting and I get so many opportunities to learn about things,
Right?
I think that that would be really great." So, really love prepping for the Royal Burpee episode.
That was a good one.
I still have not done a single burpee
Yes!
since we made that, but I just don't feel the need to be tested. Yeah.
Who would have thought that the guy's name was literally Royal Burpee?
Royal Burpee. What a great name. I know. It's like,
'Cause
I,
the exercise kinda does look like you're burping up.
I guess. Yeah. And I talked about my PE teacher, and I was like, this guy's a dork. He just came up with some stupid name for these. But yeah, the burpee.
That was a
So
good one.
a newfound respect.
Mhm.
So,
You liked the prepping because you drank caffeinated or carbonated
oh my gosh,
liquids.
that's right.
That's what you liked about it the most.
That was a really fun game too, when we had to we had to answer the questions without burping. Oh geez. I know. I love how people responded to that too, because I'm like, to all my patients, most of my chiropractic visits now are more about promoting the podcast than about healthcare.
Healthcare. Yeah.
Yeah. People are like, oh yeah, my back really hurts right here. And I'm like, okay, so do you have Spotify? Are you more of a Spotify or a YouTube person? Yeah. So it's like, oh, do you guys talk about back problems in your not really. But if you'll listen to that, maybe I'll, reward you with some sort of treatment.
I'll give you an extra special
Exactly.
treatment.
I'll let you get a massage.
Yeah, we need some more followers on Spotify.
Yeah, but I seriously had patients who came back and they're like, seriously, like you were just burping on a podcast and you think that's helping your case? Yeah. Do you know what people think about chiropractors? Oh, goodness.
Okay.
All right, your turn.
You're not gonna be surprised by this, my next one. My next favorite was Amy McDivitt. Yes, of
Yes.
course. I prepped
Mhm.
for months for
Yes.
that one. I was
Yes.
so excited for that
Yeah,
one.
you were so excited during that one. Oh my gosh.
Right?
You're like, this is my friend Amy. She's amazing. She's so awesome. Look at her. Look at her hair. Look at her smile. She's got a microphone. You see her microphone? She's got her own microphone because she's super smart.
She's
super
the
smart.
smartest one of the
And
smartest
she
people I know.
delivered.
She delivered.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
You had every right and reason to get excited about Amy.
Yeah, she's
Mhm.
she's legit. And what I loved about it was, we talked about how our language as healthcare providers can either heal or harm.
Yes.
We talked about using harmful language, like you have the back of an 80-year-old or degenerative or that kind of thing. And I was kind of rewatching the episode and and she brought up, because she's also very funny too,
Mhm.
the word fissure.
Yes. Fissuring. You have a fissure.
And she's like, isn't that the word they use for before it becomes an earthquake?
Mm-hmm.
And we're using it for the human body. My big takeaway from that episode, which I love, is, and she just says it was such, straight to the point. Like, can we just normalize pain?
Yes.
We just normalize that you're going to have pain in life.
Mm-hmm.
And so, there's some pain that you obviously shouldn't ignore, like chest pain.
Yes.
But there is musculoskeletal pain that is not catastrophic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually temporary, but you need to you can't just rest your way into feeling better.
Yes.
And you have to move to feel better. And so that was one of the things that, I think you knew it, but until she said it out loud, I was like, yes, we need to normalize pain in our
Yes.
everyday life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Have you ever used the Start Back questionnaire?
Oh,
Yeah, it's all spelled weird. It's like capital S, capital T, lowercase AR, and capital T.
okay.
But anyway, it's a 9-question questionnaire that I give to just about everybody who comes in, and it's really simple. And it asks questions about kind of what you feel about your injuries, or what, like there's questions like, have you had bothersome neck pain in the last 2 weeks
Oh,
or back pain in the last 2 weeks?
okay.
Um, there's a question like, do you think that somebody who has a condition like yours, it's if it's safe to exercise or not?
Oh.
And so it's all these kinds of things. And
Mhm.
one of the purposes of that is to kind of try and predict the chances that somebody's problem will become a chronic problem.
Mhm.
And it's been studied a lot. The validity, questionable,
Right.
but I think it's useful. And one of the things that it does is it helps me to tune into
Mm.
who really needs to hear the good
Yeah.
language, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Really good.
So if somebody scores really high on that,
Yeah.
I know that that's somebody who I'm going to want to lay off of passive care with.
Mhm.
So maybe fewer adjustments
Mhm.
and really lean into, hey, let's talk about kind of modifying your circumstances, like your work situation, like what's your kitchen like whenever you're cleaning, where you're having the back pain. And so I do that with everybody, but it's like, where do we put the emphasis in the treatment? And there's some people score really low on it. And it's like, that's somebody who it's like, I could probably give them a couple adjustments just to give them a
Mhm.
nudge along the way, give them some exercises, and they're going to kind of pick up the ball and run with
Yeah.
it. And so, talking about those kinds of things with Amy, like really made me think about that type of a tool because there's so much research that has been done and is being done in terms of how we talk and our expectations around pain and everything like that. And a survey like that helps you know who it's even safe to talk about pain with.
Yeah.
So if you're a 9, like,
Yeah.
I almost don't even wanna know about your pain.
Right.
Like, we need
Right.
to get you functioning,
Yep.
and as you get functioning, you're gonna feel better.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
That's
Amy
a
was a real star.
yeah, that's a really good tool. Do you remember of course, I have a list of
Mhm,
other things. Remember when
mhm.
she said, you know, that gray hair is degenerative hair? We
Yes.
just normalize because we use
Yes.
degenerative for the spine. Can we
Yeah.
just normalize like, okay, oh, I'm sorry about your degenerative
Yeah,
hair.
yeah, I know. Well, and I had heard before, like people say that degeneration is the gray hair of the spine.
Yeah.
I'd never heard anybody flip it on its head and be like, "You got degenerative hair." Oh,
Ah,
I got a degenerative hairline.
does that hurt?
Yeah, it's
That
so
all that
painful.
degenerative
Yeah,
hair?
and this is why all the problems in my life happen, right? This is why I can't work is because
Yes.
look at this
Look
hairline.
at
No.
it.
I don't have Keenan hair, okay?
Oh, man, he
Okay.
best hair of the
Absolutely. Yeah.
podcast? Yeah,
Yeah. If we're gonna
probably.
vote, Keenan's hair is
Yeah, you got
definitely
good
next
hair.
level.
Mhm.
We have a few you have good
I
hair.
have good hair.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
have good
Like you have
genetics.
signature hair is what it is. The that like gray
The
swath,
swoosh,
it
yeah.
makes you look like a superhero. Although
Yeah. Tell
although
that story.
we did get one person, one commenter on YouTube who made a comment about Kathy's hair. And that wasn't the funny thing, though. The funny thing was, like, immediately, timestamp, like 5 minutes later, it was like they're like, "That's not a nice thing to say. I shouldn't have
Sorry.
said that."
Yeah.
Yeah,
They said my hairstyle is a choice.
yeah, that's right. And then they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's not
That wasn't
cool."
really nice, I'm sorry.
Yeah, which is why we have the best fans.
Yes.
Yeah, I was really kind of more prepared. Maybe it's because I'm a chiropractor. I put stuff on social media. I was prepared for a lot more hate than
Yeah,
we
I
get.
would agree.
Yeah,
I would
like
agree.
I was like one episode that I thought in particular, and this will be my number 4.
Okay.
The episode, let's see, what's it called? Oh, is chiropractic a dangerous pseudoscientific scam? Okay.
Yes.
Um, which for me, this was a great episode because it was so cathartic.
Yeah, you need to get that off your
Yeah,
chest.
I am in the comments, and if you watch it, like a lot of it is Kathy just sitting there, like being a mental health therapist.
Tell me
Okay,
more.
Jason. Yeah.
Tell me more. And how did
Okay.
that make you feel?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. It seems like that really upset you. Tell me about your dad. No. Yeah. But that was a great episode for me because this is a really fun platform
Mhm.
to be able to like generate so much information and content that your haters just they have to be so committed to like jump in the comments and like tear everything apart because I have an hour. I have an hour to sit here
Yes.
and present everything. And people don't know, but this studio, it's a very small room,
It is.
right? And there's a code to get into the door of the building. And so it's really fun to be able to sit here and talk about things that, we're passionate about or important to us.
Yeah.
So that episode to me was really important, and it is so satisfying sometimes to like people are like, well, this and this and this, and I just send them the link. Say, here you go.
Here's this
I
research
bet
article.
you can't even watch 10 minutes of this. So, and you know what? They don't watch.
You don't hear back.
Right. So, so it's fun to have a platform. May we never abuse it. Just kidding. We're going to abuse it all the time. Yeah, we're going to be using it for good, not for evil. But that was a really fun episode. And I think that that's one of the things I appreciate about this is, one of the challenges with our podcast as we were kind of researching and like, okay, what makes a good podcast? One of the things I kept reading was there needs to be conflict, right? Because people tune in for conflict.
Yeah.
And if people don't understand the dynamic between you and I, it's like, there just isn't enough conflict there. And maybe that's why, we haven't beat Joe Rogan yet.
We need more conflict.
We need more conflict.
We have to fake it is the problem.
Yeah.
We agree on too much.
Totally. Well, and it's because I think that we both have a commitment to people, to evidence, and to just being good, decent human beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's interesting because the two professions are so similar that a really good chiropractor and a really good physical therapist, what they do is going to be very difficult to tell apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our professions are, and I think they're even getting more and more similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have this series, 100 Days of Evidence for Chiropractic.
Oh, yeah.
And there was one guy who was like, this is crap. Like this study is terrible. Like you guys aren't researchers, chiropractors aren't scientists, blah, blah, blah. And so I just got the biggest smile on my face whenever he said that. I can't remember what the study was about, but it was something about manipulation. And so I was like, huh. So your point is that because chiropractors did this, that all these findings are invalid because we're just too dumb. That was the thing. He said, you don't know anything about scientific method, which they teach in middle school.
Yeah.
And so I said, did you tell me again that you didn't read the paper without telling me that you didn't read the paper? Because if you look at the paper, you'll see that it was written by physical therapists and PhDs. There was not a single chiropractor on it. But he was like, because it was a chiropractor presenting it, he just assumed, oh, this is all dumb chiropractors. And so I think that's one thing that I really do like about the show is we're an example. We're like ambassadors to the world about what good chiropractic and good PT should be, which is that we can collaborate. We could have our focuses. We can have totally overlapping scopes, but still really need what the other person does. Right. And so hopefully that's been a valuable thing to people out there.
100%.
I don't know that professionals watch this show.
Well, one of our, I got a couple PT friends that listen.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. You're my only PT friend.
Okay.
None of the rest of them will talk to me. All right. I think that was my number 4.
That was 4. Okay.
Yes.
4 for me. And these are not in order because these people are my friends too, Dr. Carrie Boysen.
Oh, yes.
Pelvic floor specialist.
Yes. And a real firecracker. Holy
firecracker.
Yes.
And what I appreciated about it, I mean, you're a healthcare provider, but how well you behaved as we spoke about women's health and pelvic health.
I have a pelvis.
Yes, you do have a pelvis. But Carrie not only is an expert in her field, but just, down to earth human and really good at what she does. But she was one of many of our now episodes where we talked about breathing and how breathing was really important to pelvic health.
That was so surprising how much some themes kept coming up. Breathing definitely one of them.
And how women's health and pelvic health comes up at dinner, breakfast, and lunch at the boys
Wasn't
and
out.
family.
Yes, which is why I will never accept an
Yeah.
invitation to dine with the Boysons. Yes, in case you were tempted. In case you were tempted to invite me, Doug and Carrie, I am busy. I'm busy that morning, afternoon, or evening. So
Yeah, so that was one of my favorite, just really all around fun episodes.
yeah, she was good. Real like you're not lying when you say somebody who's really on top of her
Mhm.
game.
Mhm.
So knowledgeable. The visual aid was
The-
stunning. Well, and so in my clinic, I have a TV set up where
Yeah.
we're constantly running episodes of the
Mhm.
Pitch Podcast because we're that desperate to get people to watch. And so I just have short clips, and Carrie Boyson is the most recognizable person
Yeah.
that's in those clips. I
Yeah.
have patients come back and they're like, "How do you know Carrie?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
"Oh, Carrie.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I love
Yeah,
Carrie."
Carrie's
And
great.
so yeah, that was such a smart move
Mhm.
to invite her on. That
Yeah.
was your doing.
Well, I'm
So
just
thank you.
lucky she calls me a friend. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. How much
Yeah.
does that cost you a month?
Well, undisclosed.
Undisclosed. Okay,
Yes.
good. We're gonna
Wait,
put that with like congressional investment patterns, right?
yes, it's classified information.
Yeah, and you're right about the breath stuff. Like that was one of the big things. I think a lot more about how I'm breathing
Mhm.
just as a result of that. Maybe it's because it's like the fourth or fifth time that we've heard it. Like we had heard it from like Robin and and other folks. But
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
high quality guests.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think my last one is going to be who, for me, was my guest of the year, and we've had so many great guests, and I
Yes.
totally so appreciate all of them who took a chance. Like we had some very reputable people who who took a big chance
They
on
really
us, like
did.
Dr. Vu,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I mean,
he just put it all on the
he
line
did.
to
He's
get
like,
out here with
yeah, these two clowns.
yeah, right. And Tyler Early, who's like,
Yes.
he could have lost his job for
Yeah.
being on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that.
Okay,
It's
not
not
that
serious.
dramatic, but
But my number one guest has to be my son, Alston.
absolutely.
Yes. So Alston came on just a few weeks ago, the day before his ACL surgery, which had to like be really intimidating for
Mhm.
him.
Mhm.
I called him up a half hour before because we had to we actually that episode we didn't get a ton of time to prep for
No.
because we had to kind of call an audible. I
Yeah, we
can't
had to
remember why.
scramble. Yeah.
And so we're texting back and forth, and like, why don't we talk about ACLs? And it's like, oh yeah, I've been magically reading a lot about ACLs lately. And I was like, what if we had Alston on? And
Mm.
you're like, shoot, if we can.
Yes.
So this was like 2:30 in the
Mhm.
afternoon. We record at 3. I text him and I was like, Alston, would you come be on Pitch Podcast? He's like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, where do I meet you? I was like, seriously?
Yes.
So go back and watch that
Yeah.
episode. And that kid was working on half an hour of
Yeah.
preparation. And the thing that was amazing to me was how much he freaking knew about the show.
He actually
Yeah,
watches.
I know, right? I was convinced that I maybe had 1.5 members of the family that was watching on a regular basis,
Yeah.
but the kid could make memes about the show because he
Yes.
knew so much. So
Yeah, he knew where I went to undergrad.
yeah, as in Jesus of, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was really satisfying for
Yes.
me, and I think that he really enjoyed it
Mhm.
too. And I was just, if you look back at that episode, I'm a crier. I'm sitting there like trying to suck back tears the whole time, just for all the emotional parts and
Mhm.
just how proud I was of him. Update on Alston's knee
Yes.
health. So just right before this, he had his 6-week follow-up.
Yep.
So recovery is going great. It was not very fun to get the ACL surgery. Like
No.
the first days are really
No.
rough and
No.
everything like that and painful. But yeah, so he's doing good. He got to unlock the brace today. He's
Yes.
walking without crutches and so yeah, he's doing really, really good.
Yeah.
And one of the things that was nice about that episode is uh as those things were out there circulating, we had clips out there. Quite a few people who commented, and it was nice to hear things from people who had been through that, who were encouraging to him. Also, I heard from a few people who were about to have theirs done. They're like, this really helped me
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah.
it was neat to be able to see him connect with people over
Mhm.
that. So yes, very proud. We're
Yeah.
never gonna have you on the show again though, because nobody roasted me like Alston roasted me
We need to have
on
him
the
on.
show.
He has to come back
That's just
on.
your opinion, Kathy.
Maybe
No.
I'll have him on when you go on vacation.
Yeah, we should do a follow-up. We should do an episode where it's Amy, Dawn, and Alston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our 3 co-hosts.
We'll call it the Pitchless Podcast.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, he
that was
crushed
that was a final one for me.
He was one of my favorites. I knew you were gonna pick it, so
Mhm.
I veered the other way, but
Mhm.
that was an excellent podcast. Okay, last, definitely not least, was the other the other piece of the Novo Collective.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Stacy Kazinchuk.
I knew it.
You knew
I knew
it.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna pick Stacy.
Yeah.
But I knew that you were going to take her.
Yeah.
So mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she can riff all day on nutritional needs
Yeah.
and information and
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah.
And she speaks so eloquently,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. She beat me up.
She did.
She did.
She got you.
Yeah.
got
There's
you.
a few times where I was like, oh, she's coming at me.
Here she comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a fun guest.
Yeah. Yeah. Some really fun laughs. Like,
Mhm.
for example, we talked about proteins. Everybody wants to know about protein. And she talked about how you should get 25 to 30 grams per meal.
Yes.
Right? And then we moved on to fiber. And the joke was, don't mix those two.
Yeah.
You only want 25 grams of fiber
Yes.
per day.
Per day, not per meal.
Not per meal.
Yeah, you get 25 grams of fiber in a meal. It's like you're eating the paper plate
Yeah.
that you had your meal
Yeah.
on.
And you're not leaving the house for a couple days.
No.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have a little trip for bowel obstruction,
Yeah.
maybe. I don't know. So
And I even learned a couple new symptoms of perimenopause.
Mm.
Itching.
mhm.
Who
That's
knew?
right. I know
Itching.
I remember
right?
you mentioning that.
Ear
yeah.
ringing.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Not just earrings.
No.
Ear ringing.
Ringing in the ear.
Ear ringing is even worse. Yes. Mhm.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Amy was awesome.
Stacy.
Stacey, thank you.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And Amy was awesome
good
too. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, all of our
Yeah.
guests have been
Well,
amazing.
And I want to give an honorable mention because it's somebody who I thought that you were going to take,
Oh.
but definitely the smartest
Yes.
person that we've had, and that's Robin.
She's on my list.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I
Yeah.
had 6.
You had 6. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we
Yes.
can't
No.
go through this without talking
No,
about Robin,
no,
who just
definitely.
absolutely blew us away.
Yes. Yes.
I think that the other thing about having her on was, it was kind of a wake up call for us
Mm-hmm.
in our podcasting career, because I don't think to that point we had been in a situation where we just felt completely outmatched.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
Every time I'm around her.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, there were some points during that interview where I was like, okay, Jason, she's saying things. You know what some of these things mean. There might be a quiz later. So just really pay close attention and just,
Yes.
oh gosh, yes.
Absolutely.
It's like, how do you add to that? It was like she was teaching a master class.
Yes.
And wow, so good.
Yeah, and that's the one I want to go back and watch too.
Yeah.
Like,
We should charge people for that
we
episode.
should. That one should be behind a paywall.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
you get continuing education units for watching
my
the Robin
gosh.
Pester episode. Yeah, so thank you, Robin.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah. Can you stabilize? I wrote some things. Can you stabilize the pelvis in the sagittal plane? You got to start with the pelvis. But the other
and some of you are saying, I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah. Yeah. And the one of the better jokes she has, when she's talking about glutes is, you might be doing glute bridges to look, and you might look better in those 501s.
Oh, that's
but
right.
are the glutes really doing
The
what you're
501s.
Well, are the glutes really doing what you want them to do?
Yes.
She always has those
501.
one-liners.
Yeah.
That are so good.
Do you know what people liked? the game in that one too with the little squeaky toys. Remember?
Oh, yes. That's right.
So shout out to the Dollar Tree
Yeah.
for providing high quality dog toys.
Yeah.
Let's see, it was a duck and a shoe. Was
That's
that what it
right.
was? Yeah.
Yes. That was
Oh
good.
my goodness. I think we should also shout out like our engineers that we've had. You
Yeah.
know, we got Raul.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, he wasn't expecting us to say that. Yeah, there's
There he
Raul. But we've
is.
had
Yes.
Jake and
Jake
Scott.
and Scott,
Yeah, so
the OGs.
yeah, we had to fire those guys,
Yeah.
and we got
Gotta get
Raul
somebody better.
instead. Yeah,
Mhm.
real pro.
The one
but-
who could really
Yeah.
win at the game.
Yeah. So yeah, like huge shout out to geez, what was it? It was Cinematic Solutions and to start with, but now it's Titan Podcast.
Podcasting, yeah.
So a big part of our major success.
Yeah.
Makes us look professional. And you know, I think we what was that? Did you just do the Oregon Ducks thing?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was the heart.
Yeah, okay, because that's
Yeah,
okay.
it
I
is
take
a-
back everything about Raul. No, Raul's a duck. He went to Oregon.
We
Yeah,
don't
okay.
hold it against
So that was a heart thing. Okay,
Yeah.
Raul, we do it like this now, right? The
Yeah,
little,
it's the little
yes.
heart.
Yes,
See?
this is what they do in Korea.
Yeah.
Yes, I think.
Mhm.
So, no, okay. So, but anyway, what was I gonna say?
Titan Podcast.
Titan Podcasting,
Yeah.
yes. Something about Raul, yes. And then there was
Scott,
Scott, Jake. Oh, yes. Back to kind of what this has done for us. And I think we told this story before, but we have a patient who
Oh, yeah.
found out, like I was talking to this patient about like some of the frustrations that they were having, like with their health and their recovery and their insurance. Imagine that. And you know, and she mentioned, yeah, you know, I go and I see my physical therapist, and I always ask, so who's your physical therapist? It's Kathy Lynch. And I was telling her and blah, blah, blah. And while she's doing this, I pull out my phone. I'm like, oh, because we had already recorded like the first 2 episodes.
Yes.
And so I was looking for this, and she's looking at me like, why is this guy on his phone? And so I showed her like the beginning of that first episode, and she took my phone, she looked at it, and she just started crying. She's like, I was like, oh no, is it that
Oh,
bad?
God,
Like,
Kathy.
we gotta delete these. No, she just started crying, and she was like, I am working with the experts.
Mhm.
Like you guys have a podcast.
Mhm.
You are the experts. And so that is when I found out that the barrier to entry to podcasting is far too low.
Low.
Yeah, it's far too low. Yeah. No, but it's been fun getting to
Yes.
pretend we're experts.
Yes.
We are experts.
We are
We're
experts.
darn good. Right.
Yes.
Well, Kathy, I have a
Mhm.
special game for you.
All right, let's
Would you
go.
like to play?
I would like to play.
Okay. So this, I mentioned that I have my exhaustive library of
Oh,
Pitch
boy.
Podcast
Oh,
transcripts.
no.
So I thought that it would be appropriate to play a game I call Who Said It Best?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to give you an episode,
Okay.
and I'm going to give you a quote.
Okay.
And I need you to tell me who said it. Like
Okay.
who gave the quote, right? And
Okay.
if I can, I'll tell you, like if we had a guest on that episode, I'll tell you who the guest was. So you ready to play?
Ready.
Here we go. This is from episode 22, and here's a quote. We're basically Oprah, but instead of cars, we're giving out slightly improved joint mechanics.
Ooh, episode. Did we have a guest?
Episode 22, we did not. This is favorite things.
You said it.
I did say it.
Mhm.
Very good. All right, Kathy. Ding, ding, ding.
Look at me.
All right. Oh, look at that. We're getting fancy on our birthday. Thank you, Raul. Okay. All right, here we go. This is from episode, oh, geez. This is from episode 4, actually. Or at 4? 2? 3? I don't know. The stretching episode.
Oh,
Ready?
okay.
People think stretching fixes everything. It doesn't. Sometimes it just makes you better at being tight in new positions.
That's you again.
That is you.
What?
You said that. Yeah, that's a great quote. That's so funny, too. All right. This is from episode 11. Oh, I don't think that we had a guest for this one. I don't have the title of it. But if your rehab plan depends entirely on motivation, You don't have a plan, you have a wish.
That's me.
That is
Yeah,
you.
that
Very
one.
good.
Yeah.
Is that one of your common phrases?
I say it to myself.
Okay.
I don't say that to patients.
There we go. All right. This is from a recent episode
Okay.
featuring Amy Clem.
All right.
And it says, the problem isn't that people are exercising, it's that they think it has to look like a Nike commercial.
It wasn't me. So I'm going to say you.
It was definitely Amy.
It was
Amy said
Amy?
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
she
good
said that.
soundbite.
Yes.
That's a good soundbite.
Okay. No, that's not right. Okay, how about this one? The internet thinks that chiropractors are either miracle workers or supervillains. This is an episode that was just you and I.
Mhm.
There is no middle ground.
That's you.
That is definitely me. Okay. These episode numbers are off.
Okay.
So I can't give you episode numbers.
Well, I wouldn't.
How about this one? Pain is a terrible GPS. It tells you where you are, not where you should go.
Did we have a guest?
We did not for this
Oh,
one.
that was just me and you. That's you.
That is you, actually.
Come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
That
You
sounds
are
too smart for me.
you are so profound. Yes. Okay, how about this one? This is from my first favorite. This is from the evidence-based chiropractor one. There is nothing more dangerous than a confident person with a half-read study.
That's you.
That is me. Okay. This is from an early episode, okay? And we did have a guest for this one. Athletes don't need more information. They need fewer dumb things in their program.
Jack Conate.
That's Jack Conate. Yes.
That was good.
Very good. Okay. I think that's all that I've got. But all right. Take homes from this one, Kathy.
What a great year.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a
Yes.
great fun year. It's just been and yeah, it's gotten me out of my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, I don't love to be on social media. I don't love to be recorded. I don't like to have a camera in my face. But I like talking to you.
I like talking to you. All right. Yeah. And I think I think I've already said it. My take home is that this is just one of the best things that I've done. And have we been successful? I think, yeah, we've had a measure of success. Will it be like successful? Like, are we going to like change millions of lives? I don't know. But I do know that I'm really, really loving what we're doing, and it's important to me.
Yeah.
And I know I'm going to say like the Miss America thing. If we can just touch one life, we can change one life, and such as. And...
oh, that poor girl.
Oh
Anyway.
my gosh. Well, I think it's time to say the thing that we've said every single episode. You know what that is?
Yeah.
There's no I in pitch.